let's pick our own man of the match choices for the WTC final before we go into who will win. And Raja, let's start with you. So, whom do you think will be the man of the match from both the teams? Like, whom do you think will be the man of the match here?
Interesting. I think all format considering, I think Ishant might have a good game for India. Considering he might be able to extract certain bounds, and he's the only different kind of he is the hit to take kind of one. Maybe he would have a best opportunity as per my understanding.
Michael, who is your choice then?
Kane Williamson for me. I think he's the best batter in the world, and he doesn't feel pressure. At least it doesn't look like he feels pressure. I think Virat Kohli will get up for the match because he's got a point to prove that he is a better batter than Kane Williamson. But I just think Kane Williamson is just so calm and so collected that he's gonna put that team on his shoulders. He's gonna have a big first innings for New Zealand, and I think he'll be the difference between the two teams at the end of the day. I wouldn't be surprised if Pujara is man of the match or the best player on ground for India in their side. Yeah, the two test matches that India have played, the only time they've gone past sort of 300 or up into 300 is when Pujara has batted well for them. So that test match that he played where he got 100, that was really the only time that India's top order have looked pretty solid playing at that ground. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's Pujara, but for me, it's Kane Williamson, man of the match.
So Manoj?
Well, it all depends on who wins the match, isn't it? I mean, for me, Rishabh has a very good chance for the fact that he can play a squashbuckling innings and turn the match on its head. So he has a very good chance of being the star player for India if at all India wins, I would say.
So Adam, your choice?
Yeah, for me, I'm going to go a little bit unorthodox, which if you listen to the Top Order podcast, you'll know I always like to throw some random stuff out there. For me, I think it's going to be Ross Taylor. I think he's a fantastic player of spin, and I think that's going to be really important for the way that New Zealand go about setting up this game. I also have a sneaky suspicion. We've talked a little about where he is in his career. I just think it'd be pretty awesome for him to maybe get a big daddy 100 and then ride off into the sunset with a World Test Championship trophy sitting in his saddlebag.
So Adam, we are going to look at player matchups in a while, but if you haven't noticed, Ashwin got Ross Taylor 5 times so far. So I think that's going to be a very good contest, isn't it? He's one of the better spin players for New Zealand, and Ashwin got him 5 times so far.
Yeah, look, I think that these kind of things from a matchups perspective are always interesting, but statistics only tell you one side of the story, and I think Taylor has an amazing pedigree, and I think this isn't going to be an absolute Bunsen burner. It might spin a little bit on days 3 through 5, but I think it'll be a pretty good batting deck and be fairly easy paced in the first 2 or 3 days. So look, I think when you're going into a game of this magnitude, those matchups actually really become about the top 2 inches and the brain power of those players. And both Ashwin and Taylor have played a lot of cricket, and I'm sure will have their methods well sorted out. So I wouldn't be reading too much into matchups at this stage.
So Stu, who do you think will be the man of the match?
Yeah, well, for me, I guess I'll stick with New Zealand here and go with Tim Southee. I think, as I said, I think that New Zealand's best chance to win this game is to bowl India out twice for under 300. And if that's going to happen, then I think Tim Southee plays a huge part in that.
So surprisingly, none of you went and picked any all-rounders. So I think I should pick Ravindra Jadeja. So I think Jadeja, more than man of the match, if Jadeja has reached a level of getting man of the match, I think it is going to be India's match, isn't it? Because he doesn't need really a spin-friendly pitch to get the wickets, and he can bowl long spells, and his batting coming at 6 or 7 is going to be crucial for India. So I think my pick is going to be Jadeja here.